Hi friends, welcome to week 1 of distance learning and week 11 of school. Just a reminder for my Avid kiddos that are watching this also, I know this isn't your exact Schoology page, but it's the same exact plan for the week, so that's why I just do the one video for all my 8th grade classes. So depending on which Schoology page you're on, you'll see the link here for our Google Meets every day, okay? So second hour, you'll join at 8:26, and 6-hour kiddos you'll join at 1:15. So just make sure you're joining when it's your hour, okay? Because otherwise I'll have way too many kids on there. It'll be a little bit crazy. It's really important that you join because you might get some useful information from me. You're not going to have to be on it the entire hour, so don't think that it's going to be like 60 minutes of me talking on Google Meet with you. Usually it'll be about 10 minutes. That's kind of my goal, and then I'll set you free to work on whatever we're working on for the day, and then I'll just leave it open for you to pop in if you have questions or if you're confused or anything like that. So you'll see our schedule's changed a little bit because now we're all on the same schedule. And lucky for you, it's a short week this week for you, so nothing on Friday. We're starting our week looking at consumption patterns, so how we consume as Americans and just as humans in general. So remember, consuming physically by like eating stuff and things like that, but we also consume by purchasing things, okay? Goods and services. So you'll see, same as always, there'll be a topic and an outline and then a folder for each one. So consumption patterns. We have a chapter on consumption that I have here for you, and then an assignment that goes with the chapter. So if you want to split your Chromebook screen and go through the chapter assignment with the chapter as you read it, okay, and you can always click this and pop it out in its own window to make it bigger, and you can zoom in on it if you need to or whatever you got to do here. But this is chapter 7. I know we don't use our textbook a whole lot, but because we've switched to distance learning, we're going to start using it more. This scenario, we're just using a PDF, but in the future, we're going to actually use our textbook online system, which I'll teach you when we get there. Okay, so that's for consumption patterns. So make sure you submit that assignment today for Monday. Okay, Tuesday, we're doing test review. So our unit's almost over. I know the quarter just started, so it seems kind of weird, but we didn't quite get our unit finished before first quarter ended. So test review, you do get points for test review. Basically, in this folder, I tell you everything that I'm going to test you on for Unit 2 tests. This is everything that we've covered, okay? So this is what I'm testing you on, and it's just things to know. And then you're going to make your own test review. So I have a Quizlet for you to help you study, but you're going to create your own. And I don't care what you create. You can create anything that you want to review a test. You just have to have 15 questions in it, okay? So here's some different links and some different ideas of something that you could create. And you're just going to submit a photo or a screenshot of it here on yours. It will say submit assignment when you're done, and I give you 15 points for that. So those are easy points, and you should review for your test anyway. So that should be fairly easy. If you're not quite sure what to make your review on, look at this. Okay, this gives you all the different ideas. If you're like, okay, I don't super remember this, or I don't super remember the difference between urban, suburban, and rural, then maybe you should make your test on that, okay, or your review on that. So use this as kind of your guide for your test and submit your test review. That is Tuesday of this week. Wednesday, we're actually taking our test. So remember, this is going to be timed. You'll find it in the Unit 2 test folder. So you may have a chance to look at your review a little bit, which is super helpful, but you're not going to have a chance to like look up every single question. So that's why it's important to review and prepare. So you're ready to go on Wednesday so you don't feel like you have to look up every question, okay? I'm not going to like watch you take your test, so you can use your review on your test if you'd like to. That's up to you. But like I said, you're not going to have time to look up every single question. And then Thursday, we're doing one more day of NAFTA. I know you did this before we went to our little break here for getting ready for distance learning, but this is kind of looking at specifically at the differences between NAFTA and the US, Mexico, Canada agreement, kind of where we're headed with that, which hasn't actually gone into effect yet, but it will make more sense as you go through it. So we have an article looking at like what happened with NAFTA. So where was it successful and where did it kind of fail? It's only 2.5 pages, so it's pretty short. If you would rather have me read it to you, I have this here for you. It's a link of me reading the article and kind of explaining some things, so that might be helpful for you. Then I have a comprehension check. This is only 3 questions, but I'm giving you 3 test points for this, okay? So don't neglect this. This is all based on this. So you can have this article open and you can open it up here in its own window if you would rather have it larger, and zoom in on it too if you need to, okay? So this is only 3 questions, but you are getting test points for that in that test category. So it's important that you don't skip that, okay? Then the last thing I have is an Edpuzzle, and it's really short. It's like 3 minutes. But like I said, it's looking at the difference between the NAFTA agreement specifically and the new US-Mexico-Canada agreement, okay? So you'll watch this and answer just a few questions for that as well, okay? So that is week 11, which is kind of crazy. I will see everyone at our Google Meet time, or if you're an Avid, you have a different time on your Schoology page. And I'll kind of go through anything that we have to go over for the day and just explain some distance learning housekeeping stuff, and then we'll be on our way with doing distance learning at home. I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you at our Google Meet.